Alright then, so time for the final challenge of this project, and what I'd like you to do is basically update the projects that we output right here by creating a computed property called filtered projects. And filtered projects will return an array of projects which match the current filter. Remember, we're tracking the current filter down here, and that will either be all, completed, or ongoing. So that computed property needs to evaluate that value and filter the projects based on that value. Remember, we have in the data this completed property right here, which we can use to perform that evaluation. So then we cycle through the computed property, filtered projects instead of projects, and we only output those. And every time this current value updates, when we cycle through these, then we get that relevant list of projects. So that's what I'd like you to do. Have a good go at this. Pause this video, and then when you're ready, you can press play again to see my solution. Alright then, so now the first thing I'm going to do is come down here and create a computed property, and that computed property is called filtered projects. So this is eventually going to return an array of projects. Now that's either going to be all the projects if all is the current filter, or it could be the completed project if this is the current filter, or all the ongoing projects if this is the current filter. So I need to evaluate this value right here. So down here I'm going to do an if check, and I'm going to say if this.current, which gets me the current value, is equal to completed, in that case I want to return an array where I only show the projects whereby this is true. So in this case, it would be just this project. So let me do this. I'm going to come back to the home component, and I need to return a value. That's going to be an array, and I'm going to return this.projects.filter because we're going to filter this, and we fire a callback function for each project, and we're taking that project each time as an argument. And inside this function, I just want to return project.complete, because if this is true, it means the project is completed, and when we return true, that project stays in the array. So it will stay in the filtered array. If this is false, then we will filter that out of the returned array right here. So now we're returning a filtered array with only the completed projects. So now let's do the second one. I'm going to copy this, and this time I want to say if this.current is equal to ongoing, like so, and all I need to do is place an exclamation mark in front of this. And now this is going to get me all the projects inside an array where completed is false, because if this is false, when we place an exclamation mark in front of it, it means this statement is true. So it's only now keeping items in the array if it's not completed. So in that case, we're returning an array of all projects which are not completed. The final case is if current is all, and in that case, I just want to return all of the projects. I don't need to do an if check really. All I need to do at the bottom is say return this.projects, like so. Now, why do we not need to do an if check for all? Well, because we're going from top to bottom. If it's completed, then we're going to return right here, and it doesn't go any further. If it's not completed, it's going to go on to this if check. If it's ongoing, it's going to return a value here, and we don't go any further. If it's not ongoing, it means that it must be all. And so in that case, well, we'll just return all the projects. So now we have this filtered project array right here, this computed property, which we can cycle through up here instead of projects. So I'm going to say now filtered projects instead of projects. And now that's either going to be a filtered array where they're all complete, a filtered array where they're not complete, or just all the projects. So let me save this, and we can see we're on all at the minute. If I go to completed, we only see the completed one. If I go to ongoing, we only see the ongoing one. If I add a new one, just a load of junk, go to completed, we just see this one. Go to ongoing, we see both of those. If I click the tick right here, then it's removed from ongoing and it goes into completed. So there we go, my friends. That is this project pretty much complete. In the next chapter, we're going to take a huge step forward and start to look at the new Vue 3 stuff, the really meaty stuff in Vue 3, and that's going to start with the composition API.